Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 PS1 disc review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Mobile Light Force, which it's not actually that, it's Gunbird, and I'll get into that and try and keep it concise in a minute. At the start, it's very poor on presentation, there's nothing really there. You can choose game difficulty, you can choose options, and in your options you've got a few things. You can customise your controls, you can choose how many lives you've got, and you can do a sound test of about 11 tracks. The box art is pretty much the same as what you're looking at there, and you might be thinking, well, that looks like a really crappy Charlie's Angels knockoff, and a lot of people thought that. I myself thought that when I found it years ago. It turns out, again trying to keep this concise, Psycho made a game called Gunbird, which was a hugely popular shmup. I only found it on the Sega Saturn, and it was stupid money when I found it, and obviously it would mean getting a Saturn, so I was absolutely gutted. So I started to look into it more to find out if I could actually buy the game, and that's when I found out that Mobile Light Force is made by Psycho, and it is Gunbird. The only things different are the name changes of the characters and the name change of the game, and the box art of the game. But it is actually Gunbird. So I watched some videos of both together, and they are indeed identical games. So I went and bought this for only £4, played it, absolutely loved it, and now hopefully you are also clued up and know the story too. So if you've been wanting to get into Gunbird and thought, well, I didn't have a Saturn, I don't really want to buy a Saturn just for that, if you've got a PS3, PS2 or PS1, you can just buy the game and play it on there. It's one of those things. I don't really know why they did it. I don't know the full story behind it. I think it's something to do with licensing issues with the name Gunbird and that. But either way, you get a choice of your character. Each character plays slightly differently with attacks and bombs and things. The MILF 2000, I don't know what MILF stands for in the game term, but thanks to American Pie, I think we all know what MILF does stand for. So there was probably a hell of a lot of jokes when this game first came out, because it's one of the new name changes. It's something like the Armor Bot or some crap like that on the original Japanese, I think, if I've got the translation right. So that's one of the things that they changed. They decided to change it to MILF, and I don't know why. But as I say, each of the characters play slightly differently, and the game kind of changes a little bit as well, because not everyone has the same first stage, and I don't know why that is. But there's nothing much really I can say about it. I mean, gameplay, it's a solid shmup. You go bottom to top, you kick the crap out of the enemies, you get to the end, you fight a boss, you do it all over again on the next level. There's 8 levels total. It's not the longest game in the world, but that shmup sphere, the whole point is you play them again and again to get better scores, to just enjoy the differences between the characters and things like that. And it's just a rather fun game overall. It really is a good shmup. It's not a bullet hell, but it doesn't need to be. I do know that Gunbird eventually got released as Gunbird on the PS2 as a collection of 1 and 2, and I think that added literally an 8th difficulty option, and that was about it. I've never played that version, so I can't say for sure that's what it does. I know it definitely adds a difficulty level, but I don't know if that's all it does. Graphically, the game is quite nice. Musically, I think it sounds good too, so I'm going to shut up and let you listen to a little bit of that now. That was a bit of the music, and to be fair, that kind of also shown one of the problems in the game, because every now and then it does that, it like loads, and it kind of takes you out of it. It like slows it down a lot by doing it. The only other thing I can say that I haven't already said is, you can, as well as having rapid fire, there's a regular fire button, and by pushing and holding it down, there's no bar or anything that charges up, but you do actually charge up an attack, and it's that one there. You might notice that little noise and flash means that it's fully charged and you can fire it. So it is standard shooting mechanics, I suppose. So there we go then. that's been the review. I hope you found it helpful. I don't score the games because that's based purely on opinion, so instead I'll leave you to make your own mind up. So thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions about the game that I didn't answer in the vid or that hasn't been answered in the comments, then feel free to ask and I'll help if I can. Also, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to check out my channel because there's plenty more like this up there, and don't forget to subscribe because there'll be plenty more to come as well. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.